Hello everybody, this is Maniac for Breaks, and I am here today with set number 70111, Swamp Jump from LEGO Legends of Chima. This is the 14th Speedor related set that has been released in 2013. It includes 95 pieces, 1 minifigure, and this originally retailed for about $15. You can find it at much lower prices and in more less places than before. Here's a look at it from the back, where it has the incredibly hard to open packaging, in my opinion. You also get to see from the front the Speedor, ripcord, and the trading cards. You also see a little glimpse of the package details right there. So let's open it up. There's never an easy way to open these packages, and I think they made them harder in the second wave than they did in the first wave. I'm gonna have to take this off screen. See if I can open it by hand. Usually what I try to do is bend all the corners as best as I can, whatever surrounds the plastic, and just open it up. They have a few suggested areas of opening. See? Opening a Chima box from Speedors is not that easy, but there's what it looks like on the inside. Now, I've actually assembled the set by the time I recorded this segment, so I can only partially show you the parts distribution. Inside you have one ripcord, you have one Speedor. The axles are not attached to them when they're originally in the package. You have a sealed collection of cards. You could open it up from the back. And you have two bags inside of here, relatively large. A lot of small pieces go into this small bag, which is folded in there. And then you have a lot of larger pieces in this bag, not specifically the ones shown here, but you do have most of the minifigures and a lot of the large plates put into this bag, and it's folded partially. So let's get on with the set. Oh, I almost forgot. There are instructions, obviously, to the set, and basic things about Chima Speedor sets. Shows you about the minifigures in the back, the sets, how to play the game. For this one, you have basically a reverse limbo. You have to try to go over this little bar. You can change the height of the bar. Then it allows you to go into the card game. You guys know how that works. One page for piece count. And somewhere back here it shows you how to use the Speedor, which is always good to know in case this is your first set. Here is a look at all of the cards in the set. You can pause the video and take a closer look at them. I tried to adjust the lighting so that it's not glaring on any of the cards, so maybe we'll take a closer look briefly at each one. From left to right, we start off with the Furdy character card. Then we have the Chima, which is his special chi-powered weapon. Next we have the Tim Boost, which is his Speedor with the accessory on it. Mainly the accessory is called Tim Boost, excuse me. It's the fourth card is Hunter Foxery, which is the type of Speedor he has. And the last card that we have is the Cuddy, which is his Psy weapon. And here is a look at all the extra pieces from building the set. You can pause the video to take a closer look at each of them. Here we have Furdy the Fox with both of his weapons, the Psy and the Whip that we talked about before. They are actually built from pieces in the set. And, how do I best say this? What does the fox say? Alright, never mind. It is a pretty cool character to get, and just a unique animal to make into Lego as a fox, but make it based around a minifigure. You'll notice with the tail in the back, it's not like the 2014 types of tails in which they are attached at the waist and hips. This one is actually attached, for its earlier state, it was made to attach at the head. You can see how that comes up and then just circles around towards the bottom where the tail would usually pop out. Now there is some back printing on him. Just give me a minute. I can take him apart move some things around and give you a closer look at him on his own. And there's a closer look of him without any accessories or his tail or his headpiece. He does have different faces on. It's a very nice fox head. I really like that. I'd love to have more of them if I could. Eyes work well through the head. And there it is from the other side. Here we have Ferdy on his vehicle, his Speedor, which has a really nice trans-orange shape to it. Looks like the same kind of molding that was used for some of the Wolf Tribe Speedors. It's got some interesting design around the sides, almost a similar printing on this side, and of course you have the add-on to the bottom, make it a little faster. Also keep it a little bit better balanced. I mean, these have a tendency to wobble over pretty easily. And I wanted to make a mention before, I didn't note it, but this piece is actually hard to keep together. If you try to push everything together, it does wind up falling apart. And I blame it on this modified piece. This has been around for quite some time, but it originally was a little bit shorter on that end. I think the shorter version would have looked a little bit better in trying to hold this together. Or perhaps using another piece in the middle, because it's usually falling off. The main assembly, as mentioned before, is a sort of jumping exercise. You basically have this small, I don't even know if I should call it a ramp, but for the sake of this video, I will. It will allow you to hover into the air. When you ride your Speedor up to it, you'll try to go into the air and try to jump over this, make it clear, this line of spikes. It's actually not the line below it because that's not actually enough space to fit the Speedor through, whether or not you have the weapons attached. This is actually a very simple assembly where you just have a whole bunch of plates used. Let me show you a little bit better from the bottom. There we go. So a lot of plates that are used just to make the length of it, give it enough room so you can try to hit it through. Maybe you can think of it like a field goal for Speedors, because there's no better way to explain it as far as how to use this. You try to get over this little, what seems like a goalpost. Now you can actually change the goalpost on this side. You can simply take off this whole part and raise it further up. You can even raise it way further up. But I almost doubt that this will actually, that the Speedor actually will be able to make even the first jump. It seems like a lot of effort to put in for a very small ramp. You know, I feel like there should be a little bit bigger ramp that would be used in the bottom, but we'll actually test it out. Also, forgot to mention before, we get some Chi for this set, like all the other sets. So let's test this out and see how well it does. Oh, that didn't look good. Let's see if we can do it on a replay. Since I don't have enough studio space with an entire white background to fit the whole assembly and the turntable, I had to move around a few things on my table so that I can try to accompany for this. And at least give it a little bit of room so that I can actually try to speed up to it, hit the ramp, and see if it goes over the little goalpost. Which, by the way, I forgot to mention, I seem to be forgetting a lot of things in this video. You can angle this different directions. I don't know if that actually affects any of its, challenge, but I'm just trying to do the basic thing. Not quite. Let's do it again. Well, we're gonna have to replay that, because I don't really know what happened. But it did push it back. Like I said before, it could angle back. Hey, I think it made it. But by how much? Again, I want to do an instant replay and see how well that actually flew over. At first I was very skeptical about how this set would perform, but after actually testing it, I still have doubts about it. It does have some momentum that it can actually get over the goalpost, but I have high doubts that it'll actually work further on if you were to raise the goalpost even higher. It seems like an odd assembly that's just made out of a whole bunch of plates, kind of one of the less appealing ones in my opinion, although it is an interesting idea. The ramp is really pathetic in my opinion because it's too small and doesn't really have anything that could make it fly into the air and actually go over. As you saw from our clips, we had only very few of the tries where it actually brought itself over the goalpost. It probably took about 1 or 2 tries to actually, successfully make that happen out of about 4 or 5 that I actually took. The most interesting thing about this set is the figure. That's why people wanted to buy it. That's why I bought it. But, some of the other parts are just good to scrap and then maybe make into some other things. So thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to check out more Legends of Chima reviews in the playlist. And we'll see you next time with more LEGO videos.